Vince really kept me in the dark. I told him the first time I met him, I said, I'd like to have some kind of classes on how to conduct an interview. And I really like it. I like it. I like helping people. I do. I enjoy what I do. And it just makes me feel good when someone can become independent and go home, because that's
Right.
what everyone wants to do. Nobody wants to be in the hospital. Nobody wants to be in a nursing home or assisted living. They want to be in their house independently.
So, Wendy, the lead up to what we were talking about when we first started to WrestleMania one, that's such an interesting moment in time, at least from my point of view, and I think from Mr. Briscoe's point of view too, because it changed the world. You guys changed the world. What was the lead up for you to WrestleMania? When they first start recruiting you, you start hearing the first ideas about this is going to be the Rock and Wrestling. Where were you at when this first started happening, and did you realize how big something was coming?
You know what? Vince really kept me in the dark. I told him the first time I met him, I said, I'd like to have some kind of classes on how to conduct a an interview, or um, to speak into the camera better. And he just laid his head back and said, just show your pearly whites. And I'm thinking, how stupid is that? Why wouldn't he? I don't know if they teach their new wrestlers now how to talk on television and how to do an interview, but they didn't do that. And I remember in that first meeting, I said, well, how much money am I going to make? And he just said, a lot. And I'm thinking that, I didn't like that answer either. I wanted to hear at least 100,000 a year. No, he wouldn't commit to anything. And that's why I was only there for a year and a half. I kept telling him, I said, Vince, what you're paying me is what it cost me to rent a hotel, rent a car. Uh, I was just paying what it cost me to be on the road. And now they make far more money. What I make now is more than I ever made in wrestling. So I mean, I did it because I loved it. I really enjoyed it. You know the saying, if you love what you're doing, you'll never have to work a day in your life. I didn't feel like that was my job because I loved it. I really did.